And lastly, we'll hear from President Nez.
Good morning, Chairwoman McCollum, Ranking Member Joyce, and members of the subcommittee. My name is Jonathan Nez, and I am the president of the Navajo Nation. And I'm joined with me today with the Navajo Nation Vice President, Myron Leiser, who is seated behind me, and many of our Navajo Nation citizens. I appreciate this opportunity to provide testimony on our public safety concerns. I thank the subcommittee for working on a bipartisan basis to increase funding for Indian programs these past couple of years. So, public safety is one of our priorities. Public safety, the system as a whole, is not just about police officers. It also includes our attorneys, Navajo Nation Department of Justice, our prosecutors, our courts as well, and let's not forget our behavioral and mental health services as a whole. Today we're asking for support, but there is a bigger public safety system that we should all keep in mind today. Our public safety division includes the Criminal Investigations, Department of Corrections, our training academy. Let me just say that we opened our new training academy. It was idle for over 10 years, and we finally brought our training academy back to the Navajo Nation. And let me just announce, too, that our first time we brought this training academy back to Navajo, we had 12 new Navajo officers who graduated, and 2 weeks ago, another 16 officers graduated. So another 28 officers on the street. So with more police officers, we need assistance for helping the Navajo Nation keep their officers on the Navajo Nation. It seems like tribal communities are training for police officers out there. We bring them on, and other departments around our reservations, they have a higher salary, and they go to those higher salaries. And we ask here if we can help increase the salary for our tribal police officers. And we also have 7 police districts throughout the Navajo Nation. Every year we request funding increases, and even with the small improvements, it does not meet the demands. We estimate that it would take at least $74 million in additional funding per year to ensure proper law enforcement and judicial services. Recent FBI and Navajo Division of Public Safety data suggests that violent crime is on the rise in the Navajo Nation. And it's no different than other nations, as was mentioned by our tribal leaders this morning. From 2010 to 2016, over 44% of the calls to our Division of Public Safety involve violent crimes. Navajo Criminal Investigations responds to approximately 30 to 50 homicides per year, which represents a rate that is about 4 times the national average. In responding to criminal activity, there are fewer than 205 patrol officers, 27 criminal investigators, and 4 internal investigators for entire Navajo Nation, and the size of West Virginia, as they say, with about 174,000 people on the Navajo Nation, and that fluctuates. A lot of our citizens work off the nation. We have 13.4 patrol officers per 10,000 citizens, which is less than the national average of 24 officers per 10,000. We would have to hire 115 more patrol officers and 30 more criminal investigators to close the gap. In 2018, the Navajo Nation Police Department responded to over 248,000 service calls and made about 27,000 arrests. The deficit in police officers and the vast travel distance, 27,000 square miles of Navajo land, increases our response times, allowing more bad actors to evade crime. Also, police vehicles are subject to wear and tear. The Navajo Police Department has about 254 vehicles, and 86 have more than 150,000 miles. Gathering and analyzing criminal evidence is also difficult. We have no funding to hire medical examiners. Deceased individuals are transported long distance to state autopsy facilities. We have no crime lab. Evidence for federal crimes are submitted to the federal crime lab, but there is no lab facility for a case that is purely under Navajo jurisdiction. Navajo also operates 6 adult detention facilities with 345 beds and 4 juvenile detention facilities with 98 beds. So Navajo also has 1 Supreme Court and 11 judicial districts. Just to quickly highlight, we have only 14 prosecutors to handle all these cases. As you can see, we have many more challenges. We did submit a written testimony. I ran out of time. But that is included in our written testimonies, and I asked this committee to pay attention to our public safety concerns, which are likely similar to many other Indian tribes, as was presented this morning. The federal government has a responsibility under our Treaty of 1868 and a trust obligation to protect and assist the nation, all tribal nations, in securing and developing our people, land, and resources. Thank you.